Are you a delivery service in the Bronx? Or maybe you're just someone who relies on that same day delivery for your essentials. Well, a new bill in NYC Council Introduction 1396 could change everything about how packages move through our city. Today, we're breaking down what this last mile facility licensing bill is, and more importantly, why small businesses and consumers might be ones paying the price. Let's dive in. What is Intro 1396? Introduced by Council Member Tiffany Cabán, Intro 1396 aims to regulate last-mile facilities. These are the warehouses and distribution hubs where goods are stored before the final leg of the journey to your doorstep. Under this bill, these facilities would now need a specific business license from the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection. To get and keep this license, operators have to meet strict new safety, training, and employment standards. It sounds like a win for workers on paper, but when you look at the fine print, the ripple effects are massive. The red tape nightmare for small businesses. The biggest concern here is a barrier to entry. For a massive corporation, a new licensing fee and a few extra compliance officers are just a rounding error. But for a small-scale logistics provider or a local business with its own storage, this is a heavy lift. The license isn't just a piece of paper. It comes with mandatory training programs and safety requirements that require significant capital to implement. Small businesses often operate on a razor-thin margins. Adding another layer of New York City bureaucracy could be the breaking point. The bill grants the city, and even workers, the power to pursue enforcement actions. While accountability is good, for a small business, a single administrative error or a minor training oversight could lead to heavy fines or even the revocation of their license, effectively shutting them down overnight. If every new warehouse needs to jump through these specific hoops, we're going to see a slowdown in new facility openings. This limits the ability of local entrepreneurs to scale their delivery operations to compete with the giants. Why consumers should care? Now, you might think, I don't own a warehouse. Why does this matter to me? Well, in economics, costs always flow downhill. Here's how Intro 1936 hits your wallets. If it costs a company 20% more to operate a facility in Brooklyn or the Bronx because of licensing and compliance, they aren't just going to eat that cost. You'll see it reflected in higher delivery fees or increased item prices. If licensing requirements make it harder to open last-mile hubs, those hubs stay further away from your home. That same-day delivery or next-day delivery New York City is famous for, it could easily turn into 3 to 5 business days as a logistics network gets choked by regulation. If small delivery startups are pushed out of the market because they can't afford the licensing hurdles, we're left with a monopoly of only the biggest players. Less competition almost always leads to worse service and higher prices for you. The big picture, is it worth it? Proponents of the bill say it's about protecting workers and ensuring safety in an industry that's growing too fast. But we have to ask, is a new licensing department the best way to do that? By adding more gatekeepers to delivery process, New York City risks stifling the very innovation that keeps our local economy moving. Small businesses lose their edge, and consumers lose their convenience and their cash. Intro 1396 was filed at the end of the session, but the conversation around regulating the last mile is far from over. What do you think? Is this a necessary protection for workers, or just another example of New York City red tape making life harder for the little guy? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the laws affecting your life. Before I let you go to enjoy your weekend, I do want to deep dive in a couple of our events that are coming up. We have our Spring into Networking event happening at April 30th, 6 to 8 p.m. at our new member Dakotas on the Cove location. It should be shaping up to be a great one, and we're finally going to be back outside. Then we have our Business Resource Fair with partnership of SBS on May 6th. It's definitely not one to miss. Now I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Easter if you celebrate. Happy Passover if you celebrate. Have a safe and beautiful weekend. We will see you next week.